Hello. Nobody's here. I'm all by myself. I'm not all by myself in the house. I'm all by myself here on YouTube because you're not here yet. But you're on your way. Pretty sure of it. Um, I don't know what I can do about this background. I mean, I guess just, I don't know why it's blurry. It's frustrating to me. But nothing I can do. Hi, Fairy. It always makes me smile to see her pop up. I'm telling you. I'm really going to try to, what is this? Oh, oh my. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to touch it though. I don't have my glasses, so I can't hit that because it looks like it says end stream, and that's not a good idea. Ooh, look, now I look like one of those old ladies. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I am an old lady. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right. So it is what it is. I don't know how to fix it. It's just going to have to remain blurry. That's all I got. Who's here? I see Fairy. Um. Anyway. So I haven't been here in a couple weeks, and I'm going to tell you why. Um. Last week was my son Cameron's 16th birthday. Um, Hi, Wise. Hi, Whisk. Hello, hello. So yes, or last Monday was my son's 16th birthday, and we took him to Monday Night Raw. So we watched a bunch of people fake fight. It was, um, and the weekend before that, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. The week before that, I wasn't on. Lee was like, "Why didn't you do your live?" And I said, I was in a space. I was in a weird space. I don't know what it was, but I mean, it's 2 weeks past now, so I can't remember. But it was um I felt like I just didn't have anything to offer. I just felt like I didn't have anything to contribute. And that's what space I was in. So I was like, yeah, not why. I've since moved on from that space. And if you guys watch Friends, if you watch Friends, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So, so Monica went on, I don't know where they went. It was vacation, honeymoon, whatever. Um, Maybe not honeymoon. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I don't remember. But they went. I forget where they went, but someplace very tropical, and the humidity was out of control, and her hair got bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? I don't know if you remember. I'm putting oil in mine. I'm going to tell you why. So I always call it Monica hair when my hair starts to get real big. The humidity is so freaking high here. I have to use this aloe oil, and then sometimes I just use straight coconut oil, and just I have to put it in my hair. Anyway, that's what I needed to do because I was looking pretty big. But anyway, that's the deal with that. Um, um, anyway, I am doing card readings. I've got them right here on my tray. Um, that Sandra made. Um, I wanted to talk about the jealousy class, um, only because I had an email conversation with someone and I asked permission to use this. So, um, oh, I'll tell him, Fairy. Thank you. Um, oh no. Oh no. Let me turn this off. Let's see. Uh, um, anyway, What was I saying? I was saying something that was very important. I was about to tell you something after the Monica hair. Oh, what was I talking to you about? Before I talk about that, let me tell you what I did to Lee. Um, yeah, I did it. I'm not ashamed. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty proud of it. Please do not send me hate messages. Um, so Lee thinks he's cute. Every morning I get out of bed, and even if we wake up at the same time, he somehow manages. I think he's got them stored upstairs, maybe, I don't know. But my morning pills, my morning transplant pills, he puts in these little plastic shot glass things just so I can dump them down. And next to that is a bottle of Gatorade for me to drink. It's just not regular Gatorade. Um, I make this amazing marijuana tincture, and you have to shake it up pretty good, But by the time I'm getting up and getting ready to drink it, the tincture has sort of all come up to the top. Now I'm aware of this, so I shake it up again before I start drinking it. Usually just shake it up every time I take a drink. But I got to thinking, why is he drugging me every morning? But it's not really drugging me. To hear him say it, or if I'm turning this way to speak as Lee would say, Lee would say, and it's the truth. Lee would say, baby, I love you. I care about you. I worry about you. And I want to make sure that you take your medication and you also have access, which up here, to go ahead and get started on your other medication, right? Which is my marijuana regimen. So you don't have any pain, right? Um, that's the truth, right? But here I go. Notice how I switched. Here I go, and I'm saying, why is he drugging me every morning? Like, huh? So I'm not bitchy. So I'm not irritable. So I'm not all these things. He likes it when I'm high and calm and chill and peace, right? So, so I'm in the kitchen, and of course we are unpacking things still. Um, um, and I'm finding things, and I found another tote full of jars, and in there was some tincture soaking, and it had also been in that intense heat that the house got in, so that activated what was inside even more, right? And then it cooled down again, and it's been stored, I guess, I'm going to guess for maybe a year. So I strained it today, and I looked at the color. I wouldn't even touch it. I mean, I know that it's the most potent tincture I've ever made. And I know that a little is going to go a long way. I know that. Lee will drink Gatorade. I'll drink Gatorade and water throughout the day, right? Um, and so does he, but he drinks bottled water. I drink canned water because I like the bubbles. And he drinks his loaded Gatorade. He'll drink two throughout the day. So he's sipping on it a little bit at a time throughout the day, and it just keeps him, where he's just in the moment and nice and chill. Hi, Clark. Um, Oh yeah, I will. I'm gonna get back to jealousy class fairy, and so anyway, um, I looked at it and I was like, whoa, this is some strong stuff. So when we don't have much to do, when Lee doesn't have a day full of clients, I'm gonna switch out those bottles. I'm gonna take the bottle of the real potent stuff and switch it out with the bottle of the regular, which is real potent too, stuff that he is used to drinking all day. And watch. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my form of entertainment around here. Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I appreciate him loading my Gatorade every morning. I do. But now he's gonna know what it's like um, when I'm least expecting it. Just be like, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, so jealousy class. So I got into an email correspondence with a wonderful lady. I have permission to talk about this. Anyway, she has jealousy as a condition, like a disease, right? It's really rampant in her. And interesting enough, she knows her connected partner. She knows he's faithful. She knows. She feels it. She knows, right? Um, she, any female that even looks at him, if they're walking up the street and somebody just glances, right? We all do, right? Um, she gets mad, mad because this woman looked at her partner. He has no control over that of who looks at him. Um, so I'm telling you this to kind of explain this jealousy class. Um, thank you, Fairy. Um, it's gonna be a doozy, y'all. If y'all are out there and you're struggling with with this green monster, um, I remember having it. I no longer have that. I no longer have that. I remember having it though. Um, I remember um, my first boyfriend, my first steady boyfriend, um, and he. Why would my husband, who is downstairs, text me and knowing that I'm in session? Um, there we go. Um, shoot. Uh, he's asking me where something is. I don't even know where it's at. Um, so anyway, I had that, and I remembered where it was. So I guess I was 14, maybe 14, 15, maybe. Um, and me and this boy hooked up and we started going steady. And I remember that little relationship. Obviously, it was very young. I thought it was an adult relationship at the time, right? 16 years old, 15 years old. However, I did go steady with the guy until um, I was 19. Um, nevertheless, like back then the bicycle shorts were in fashion for guys and girls, right? The black ones, they had a stripe of different colors down them, back in the, gosh, late 80s, early 90s. Um, just bicycle pants, just plain black bicycle pants that were made of spandex, and they had like a white stripe down them. Some didn't have any stripe down them. Yeah. Anyway, he had a pair, and I hated them because they outlined everything. You could see everything. I mean, this kid was, if I was 15, 16, he was 17. And um, you could see everything. And it made me angry. And he was going to Florida with his family. And I was trying to steal the shorts because I didn't want him to take them. And he said that he wouldn't take them. And when they went to Florida, I would come in and keep an eye on the dog and feed the dog a couple times a day and let the dog out, things like that. I went through his room and the shorts weren't there. He took them. He took them. He took them to Florida. Oh my God, I was a wreck. I was a wreck inside, a wreck. I mean, my hormones were already a mess because I was the age I was, but oh my God, I thought I was not going to live through it. I really do. Um, and um, he came back and he said he didn't take them. So I was like, what, where are they? And then I find out he lied because I'm looking at his mom's pictures of Florida and there he is in the damn shorts. So anyway, I was so mad. And I can remember him saying, "You've got to do something about your jealousy. It's crazy." And back then you hear the word crazy. Oh, they think I'm crazy. I ain't, no, 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 no. You back away. And, but yeah, so I did. I backed off a little bit. And then, as fate would have it, because this is the way the universe loves to have a sense of humor sometimes, um, subsequently, when I was 18, um, about to turn 19, um, I knew something was happening with this kid. At this point, I was almost 19 and he was almost 21. And I walked in this apartment. There's a much longer, elaborate story, but I caught him cheating, and there was a big to do. And I left and never talked to the kid again. And and I met some guy literally the next month. And 6 months later, we got married. We were married for 13 years. We had 3 kids. Um, as fate would have it, he was a musician. So now I've got this big jealousy monster still, and I am going out with not only a musician but the hottest musician in town. Everybody loved him. Everybody thought he was the shit. And um I felt lucky to be with him, but he was very physically abusive behind closed doors. But just the women throwing themselves at him in the beginning was very hard for me. Um, but I knew that if I came at him with all that jealousy that I was feeling inside, that it could potentially wreck what we had going on. And I didn't want to do that. Um, so I would watch and observe, right? And realize that what was happening. I went into a lot of healing, and realizing that he's going home with me. That Let him flirt. He's going home with me. Well, there was one time he didn't, um, and he brought home some gifts, but that's a whole other show. Um, But I I somehow conquered that um, jealousy bug until guess when? Oh, just guess when. And by the way, I'm doing card readings. I've got India's deck. I've got the blue deck. I've got the white deck. Um, and I would love to do a card reading for you. Um, anyway, until I met Lee. And I wasn't as jealous until I found out that he was womanizing, until I found out that he had multiple people in multiple places. Hello, Mara. Hi, Shannon. Um, anyway, so when I found out he was womanizing, um, I felt it. I felt it creeping up like it was right here, right? And having talks with myself and allowing spirit to comfort me, um, allowing myself to feel something that was as genuine as Lee's touch was and as pure as his glances were. That's something that I obviously felt in here, not only experienced, but I felt it. And it soothed in a major way. Um, soothed, though, isn't really in healing, right? But I felt a soothing of it. And I still held back. I still wasn't going to give him 100%. Why would I do that? Until he gave me 100%. And when he did, there have still been a few little bouts here and there, but it's very few and far between. Um, it's that old thing, Um, she was telling me in the email that she every time she lets her guard down, she gets bit, right? And I felt that. I felt what she was saying. Um, you put the jealousy in healing, and you're not jealous, and then something happens, and then you know you just start from scratch. Uh, I've been there too, right? I just it was easier for me to trust myself because I knew that trusting myself and loving myself would then transfer to me being able to trust Lee and be lovingly with Lee, to allow Lee to come in here and be and trust that he wasn't going to use anything against me or hurt me or repeat things that have been done to me before. Um, that was, that was hard to do. I had to go in and do a whole lot more healing because I know if I'm loving him as much as he deserves to be loved, as much as I feel like I'm doing my best to show him that I love him, then there absolutely is no reason for me to be jealous. Right? I'm giving him 100%. So then Sherry, what happens? Well, what happens if what? What happens if I let my guard down and Lee suddenly falls for the meter reader? I don't know. Do they still have meter readers? That was a good job at one point in time. Anyway, um, I feel like obviously the connection is the connection. We're connected. Period. We're connected. Like every single day, something happens to that. Literally every single day, something happens that like solidifies that. And I'll hear Liga, we're connected, right? And I get that completely. I mean, so w- jealousy has no place in there, right? So once you get to a certain place in your union, you'll realize that it has no room there. Um, and it's gone. Uh, Not gone, but gone. Like the story I was talking about the other day when me and Sandra were on, and I was talking about the lady. There was a lady at the gas station. And I pulled up in I had a rental car because our truck was being fixed, and Lee was in his car, and it's a cute car, and I mean, it's everybody loves the car. Um, but anyway, she was taking pictures and talking to Lee. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that tinge of jealousy at all. Um, let's see. I don't know where the key is. There we go. So I don't feel like jealousy is something that we can cure, right? It's something that we inherit. How do we inherit it? Right? Do we watch while we're raised things we learn on TV, experiences that have happened to us, um, unlearning it? How do we unlearn it? That's what we're going to be talking about in this class. We are going to unlearn it. However, there are some times that it's not so much necessary but needed, if that makes sense. Um, so we're gonna go over that in this jealousy class. But if you feel like you can you can you can if you feel like you can be completely honest and be a part of this class, we're going to talk about why we're jealous, how we're jealous, where it comes from, and how to stop feeding it. So what we're going to do. Hello everybody. So look what I did. Yeah, because this isn't enough, right? I'm almost to the point where I'm pretty healed. But this is I don't know, it's going to be a minute. But this little guy last night I was opening a can with the can opener and it didn't get it all the way in one space, so I put one side of it down. I somehow the lid just sliced right through my finger. I don't even know how deep it is. I didn't look. I kept it pushed up until I could get I got and then I ran upstairs and put some liquid bandage on it and then pushed it back and then put a band-aid on it real tight and put this thing on it and I haven't seen it since. There's that. I don't know. Probably be a day or so before I can do that, right? My 16-year-old boy was texting me from his room because he doesn't want to interrupt the live. Didn't that interrupt the live when I had to answer your text? Us kids. Hi, Tyler. How are you? Um, so anyway, um, that's that. And I don't know what happened here. Mm, Take care of that wound. Sorry that happened. I will. I'm not even going to look at it for a day or two. I, I glued it. That's all that matters. I glued it back. Um, so I glued it back, put a bandage on it, I'll leave it for a little bit. Um, so I am doing card readings, and I did a card reading. I gotta tell you this the other day. I did a card reading after I was doing a medium reading, and at the end of my medium readings, I always do a card reading, and it's normally a 3 or 4 card pool. Um, Usually a 3 card pool, and anyway, I was doing a card pull this morning, and she was in her 30s, and like her mother had just passed, like literally last month, and she she wanted her mother came through, which was so cool because she got to say things to her. Um, she got to say things to her about there was such turmoil in the family, such turmoil between the mom and her sisters, and um, she only had her mom and her aunts, and her aunts didn't talk to her because she lived with her mom, and mom passed and the aunts didn't come to the service. It was crazy. Nevertheless, mom came through, and she was just trying to tell her that just peace. It's time for peace. It's time for peace to start. And she was crying, and her, and her mother had said, "It begins now. Peace begins now. Peace begins now." And interesting enough, I pulled the card. I put them down, and this I sometimes will lightly toss my cards across the grid that Sandra made me. And I'd done that, and the card that was all by itself that I pulled, it was it was literally the number 1 card, and it said peace begins now. So I knew that her mother was still present as I read her the card, and her mom's energy was still there. Um, and I talked to her yesterday for no Saturday for a few moments, and she was visiting her aunts, and they were having a great time. Um, Her aunts lived together up in New England, and they were up there about to go to the lake, and just had lunch, and um, she just basically told me to tell her mom thanks, and and it's so peaceful, right? Uh, when I do your card readings, I connect to you. I connect to your energy. Hi, Hugs. I'm not just pulling any haphazard card. There is a rhyme or reason to what I do, and sometimes it's a little toss. Sometimes it's a rapid pull because the card might be sticking out. Sometimes the card comes flying out, but I always know. I always know that I've pulled the right card, and if I haven't, I always know to go back and pull the other one. I always know that. It's so interesting. Um, how that works. Lee and I, on the mornings that we wake up together, a lot of times if he has like a 9 a.m. session, I'm sleeping till 10. But a lot of times if we're up together, I always sit and um, have something to drink and pull. I pull a card from each deck. Sometimes I pull three. Sometimes I just pull one. It just depends. Whatever spirit tells me. And sometimes I'll pull one when Lee's up here. He'll pull one and we'll pull together one. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of neat. What's going on over here in the chat? My song came through. Got my OG card deck out. Oh, okay. Reconnection. Yeah, Tyler. It's amazing when you don't. That happened to me with my pendulums. There were, I y'all. I don't want to. There's weird things going on with our family, and um, anyway, I was given a gift. I was given a pendulum, and I'd put it with my other pendulums, um, and it was working with me. It was working with me okay. It was working with me. Then it was working with me great, and then some things were happening, but nevertheless, I separated them. I took the other one out, um, and I didn't know what happened to them. Like I couldn't find them, and then we had the house fire, and I thought, gosh, I don't know where if they were in the kitchen. I don't know. So I'm unpacking boxes, and lo and behold, there are my pendulums in the sack that I keep my pendulums in. And like I picked up that bag, and I've got two pendulums in there, and I got my selenite, little baby selenite stick in there. And I pulled the selenite out, and I can feel these things. They were nearly jumping, looking like those jumping beans you can get. What are those anyway? Those are something weird. I forget what they are. Um, Bugs, or are they bugs or something? I don't know. But yeah, I know what you mean by when the energy gets so strong that you instantly reconnect. I literally instantly reconnected with my special pendulum is a Shiva Lingam, and I love it because it's the perfect balance. And ooh, that thing was happy to see me, and I was happy to see it. Yeah, I was. It was awesome. Um, I'd like to do some pendulum readings sometime, but I have to find the right camera angle or the right process to do that, where I can put a camera on the pendulum and I don't know. I have to ask the pendulum if I'm even should be doing that. I don't know what's going on here. Drawn to learn how to use ruins. Runes. Oh, okay. Gonna start watching some videos. You know what? Lee's interested in stuff like that. Um, he really is. He's um Lee's dream vacation would be to go to Egypt. I'd love to go to Egypt too, but Lee's really drawn to it. Uh, man, and anything, anything that he finds, it's I don't know. He collects really cool things like that. He loves shit like that. Um, it's funny to me that it's not funny. It just that he's drawn to things like that because when I first met him, I saw him as very superficial, and the more I got to know him, I realized that he wasn't superficial at all. He just came across that way, and my mind would run with it. It was crazy. But he is a really spiritual dude, y'all. I mean, he really connects with spirit and listens, and he doesn't say much when it comes to spirit. He just absorbs. Even just today, before he went down for his 5 o'clock session, he had 5, a 6, a 7. He had, and and before he went down, um, he where was I going with that? I was gonna tell you something interesting too. I think it's my transplant medication. It's got me a mess, but I know I was talking about Lee. Well, it's a good thing I'm not running for president, y'all, because I can't remember half the shit. Um, I was just talking about a few minutes ago. I was talking about Lee. Oh, but yeah, just today, before he went down for a session, I was in the kitchen. I don't know, I'm making some gummies or something, and he was sitting on the couch, or this back to me. The back of the couch is to me. TV's off, radio's off. It's silent in the house. And I look over, and he doesn't even have his phone. He's just sitting there. I thought, okay. I thought maybe he was sleeping. And then I saw him rustling around or something, and I was like, Lee, you okay? He's like, yeah. It's like, okay. About 20 minutes later, I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm just feeling. Okay. All right then. I don't know what he was feeling. But he was feeling. And whatever it was, he felt it through, and he got up. It was an interesting watch. Ooh, I want to go to Egypt during the solar eclipse in 2026, I think. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. We may levitate and glow. I know. Yes, he does connect the spirit quite often, wise. Yeah, right before a session. True about Lee connecting with the spirit and using that ability to facilitate healing in others. It's interesting to watch him. If you could see it behind the scenes, it's quite interesting. He does things like that, right? Totally clears himself, where he's just clear of all thought, and he goes down in that office, and he connects you, right? He connects you back to you. Oh God, that used to get on my nerves when he would do it to me. Like, but he would bring it right back around. Interesting. He brought it right back around. Um, and show he's even shown me, this is why you do this. This is why. And it used to make me so mad. You don't tell me why I do anything. You don't coach me. And anymore, I'm like, okay, now what? Why? You tell me why. And he'll be like, well, what is it really? So I have to go down deep and find the real answer, just like you guys do when he's pounding on you. I asked for it, like a big, you know what I was gonna say, but I asked for it, and I get it, I get it. But there are times when I'm like, don't you dare coach me. Union is fun. It really is, though. The eclipse was awesome. The shoot, I remember seeing it. I just got to remember where the hell we were. Where the hell did we go? I think we were with our friends. We were with our friends Jessica and Eric, I think. I'm pretty sure maybe we went to Yellow Springs. Anyway, I don't. Why does it matter? I watched it, and it was quite powerful. I was doing a little meditating, talking to spirit, and I got a lot of clarity. I got a lot of clarity. through the eclipse. I next one's not till 2026. Gee, should have kept my glasses. Me living with a social worker. I'm like, don't therapist me. I'm just feeling right now. Gosh, Tyler, it sounds like me. Don't you dare coach me. Um, and then even today we were talking. We were sitting. We were sitting in the parking lot at the post office, and I said something. I forgot what it was, and it sparked an argument. And it wasn't. It was a quick one. It was a quick one. Um, what did he say? I don't remember what he said. I don't remember what he said that triggered me. I don't remember because that's how insignificant it was. You know, um, I think I think he he had to work till 9 or something, and I was like, what? He's supposed to cut off his calendar at 8. I'm sorry, it's 7, so there's no 8 o'clock open because at that point it's time to wrap it up and be with family. But he somehow had an 8 o'clock session, and I was being hard on him for some reason. I guess I was bored this afternoon. I'll apologize later. Um, I mean, we had a neat discussion. It wasn't really an argument. It was a pretty, and at one point in time it was, but then it turned into a really neat discussion. And I can tell Lee how I feel, and then tell him what my head says. Right? Telling him what my head says usually always triggers him. I hear water. And anyway, so I think I said something that mildly triggered him, and then what was it he said to me? Oh, something along the lines of how do I accept love or something? How do I receive love is what it was. How do I receive love? That's one of his famous lines. Oh, I'm gonna make him a T-shirt that says "How do you receive love?" Um, and I put my glasses on like this, and I said, "Don't coach me." And often popping we were. It was fun. It only lasted about 20 minutes. It was great. Everything's fine now. The energy's gone. Um, um, we don't have a whole lot of moments like that because we're connected and we know one another. Um, oh my God, this went by fast. So I want to talk to you guys real quick about, let me see what's going on down here. I apparently like it when he comes from my Bonnie to my Clyde. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so look, if you guys haven't, do me a favor. Go over, type in YouTube, Sherry and Sandra. I'll put the link under this video, but type in Sherry and no, Soul Sisters. What is it? I'm gonna look. Soul Sisters, Sherry and Sandra. Which one is it? Um, I have to look now. Here we go. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, here it is. The Facebook page is Soul Sisters Sherry and Sandra, and YouTube, I think, is the same thing. Let's see. Yeah, Sherry and Sandra 1111 at Sherry and Sandra SHERRY at Sherry Sandra 1111, not Sherry and Sandra. So it's at Sherry, SherrySandra 1111. Need you to go like and subscribe our channel and our Facebook page. I'm going to tell you why we need you. We need you because we're going to come live every week from our channel, me and Sandra, and we're going to have guests and things. And we're going to do this little mission. And we want to do it from our own platform instead of coming on me and Lee's platform. But we have to have 100 followers on each one. So I have to have 100. We have to have 100 on Facebook and 100 on YouTube to be able to go live on those platforms. So please, please, please tell your sisters, tell your aunts, tell your cousins, tell your brothers, tell your neighbors, whatever you got to do. Go in, invite all your friends, and invite your family, invite the. I don't care. Invite the yacht club. I don't care. Just don't invite the Crips or the Bloods. But please go on there so we can do that. Because we want to come live. It's a fun show. We're going to be laughing. We're going to be crying. We're going to be super serious, but we're going to be on there, and we're going to go on Patreon, and we're going to have a subscription, and we're really going to talk deep about being in this union, being and masculine and feminine energy in this union, and what it's been like for 40 some years for them, and 15 years for us. So um please go, please go. I think we got like 9, so we need 100. We have to have 100. So go help me, please go help me. Let me see if there's a question. Do you think you guys are the same person or part of the same person? Do you feel like exactly the same, or like it's more of the yin and the yang? It's never exactly alike. We are nothing alike. Even our hobbies and our likes are different. Um, this is how I would describe like a soulmate. And you finish each other's sentences. Um, there's so many things, right? Everything's alike. You have the same hobbies, you have the same likes, the same desires, the same goals. Everything's the same, and it's so cute. When it comes to this connection, most of the time it's a lot opposite. I like to do this, you like to do that, and it's just a very rocky place to be. Um, and that's what Sandra and I are going to come on, and we're really going to talk about all of the beginning, all of the middle, all of the ends, all of the sticky things, all of the important things, all of the sad things, all of the mad things, all the good things, all the great things. Um, yeah, so that's what's going to happen. Now, listen, Lee is running Root Camp still. Today, he was looking at the website. He's about to change these prices, y'all. I'm telling you, if you have ever thought about getting in Root Camp, now is the time, because his prices are doubling. And my reading prices are going to $333. So I want you guys to know that. I am running the jealousy class starting Tuesday night, every Tuesday night. So if you're interested in the jealousy class, let's get in on that now, because I'm only taking a very few, because we want to get downright personal, right? And I want to really get to know each and every person in that class and what they're going through, and feel what they feel. So I'm going to keep it 5 or under. So if you want in the jealousy class, get in on it now. Me and Sandra are doing a situationship class. It is going to start, I believe, next Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure on that. I got to get with her. Situationship class. We are already got people signing up. So if we're only taking a very few again. So if you want to get on Sandra and I's situationship class, let's do it. Let's get you out of your situationship. I am still doing medium and card readings for 1/11/11 at the end of the month. It's going to 333. Root camp, root camp, root camp. I can't express it enough. It's important. It's important to do your work. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for watching every week. I feel blessed that you're here every week. I feel blessed that, so many people watch the after show and comment. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being there for each other, because I watch you in the chats being there for each other. Starting next week with card readings, we're going to be doing another contest. So if you get a card reading, I think there's going to be like a category type of thing. You'll get, I'm still talking it over with Lee. So you'll get like, put in a drawing for this at a certain level, put in a drawing for that at a certain level, something like that. So there's that. Anything else? Nothing else. Okay. All right. Well, Lee should be coming up any moment, and it is dinner time, so I gotta feed my family. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, please email relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. Relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. If you're wanting a medium reading, medium and a card reading, at 1/11/11, get in on it now, because I only book two a week. So the weeks are dwindling. Schedule's tight. So get that in. Check out me and Sandra's pages, please. Thank you, Tyler. You're the best. Email's right there. And thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. And we will see you next week. If I can get out of here. I don't know how.